Hi, this is Beth Kruger of Wanderful Vintage. Thanks for following along on my YouTube channel. Hi there. In this video, I am going to share with you a visit to an estate sale that a friend of mine was actually organizing. So I got like just sneak peek experience at the estate sale. So I'm going to show you my haul from the estate sale, and I want to show you this beautiful old building as well. So come along with me and see what I found. So this is an older home in a little town called Vergennes. Look at the woodwork. There's my guy checking out all the old stuff, as he likes to call it. Look at the woodwork. Isn't it amazing? I had to show you this little light. I think I'll come back to that a little bit later in this video, but I just wanted to show you like the woodwork is amazing. This is one of the bedrooms. I loved the wallpaper. Like there was really beautiful original wallpaper all over the house. The stained glass window. I mean, I know that this style is not necessarily in anymore with like the dark wood, but it was so pretty inside, and like tons of essentially antique treasures, antique and vintage items. The folks who owned this place apparently were like really big collectors, and the house, I guess, sadly was like a storage unit basically, and was filled to the brim with boxes. So when my friend came in, they had a lot of work to do, like cleaning and organizing, and this is what has kind of come out and as they are getting ready for the estate sale. I really had to show you this built in. It is amazing, so stunning, like that oak, all those built-in drawers, like if I could have that in my bedroom now, oh my God, I would be so excited. So you can just see some of the things that were like available. They had like model cars. No, I'm so not interested in that, but you know, people collect those things. So it was a guy buying like dozens of them when we were there on one of the days of this like pre-sale, I guess I would call it. My friend is also a reseller, and so things were priced pretty good for resale, but she also did like anything that was like, you know, higher value was definitely priced appropriately. So there wasn't like any like incredible bargains to be had, but a lot of really great older stuff, and she did have it really well organized, so it was like kind of fun. Definitely super fun to look around and check things out. Look at that old mirror, like pretty amazing antique mirror. Did not come home with me, but I will show you my haul in the end. I wonder what your success is like at estate sales. I mean, do you guys find things at estate sales? I know I follow a couple of other resellers who find some good bargains, especially when the estate sales go on to like their second or third day. But usually people only do 1 day sales here, at least in our area. I don't see any multiple day sales happening. I did end up taking home a couple of lampshades. You'll see them later in the video, but I'm a huge lamp lover, but I have to control myself because like when cords are like frayed like that, they definitely should not be coming home with me, because I don't do a lot of lamp repair, although you know, they're super cute. They're just not like a good thing for me to bring home with me. You can see all the really cool older vintage clothing and hats and gloves. And this room also had a lot of dolls in it. You can get a sneak peek of the woodwork again as we go down the stairs. I wanted to show you this lamp again one more time, and the woodwork from the lit side, right? The better for daylight. So this to me is like, Art Deco. I don't know. What era is that? If you know, definitely let me know in the comments of what era was that built. And here is the jewelry. The jewelry table was like stuffed with costume jewelry, and everything she had priced at $2 a piece. So I feel like I could have gone really nuts, and I like restrained myself. But now looking back at the footage, I'm like, why didn't I buy all the things? Especially like all the brooches and all that fun costume jewelry. The thing I've noticed with estate sales especially is that like you really need to look carefully at what you're buying, because there's often, especially with somebody who collects a lot like this, there's often stuff that's like broken, or stones that are missing, or things that have like fallen off that just due to like age or being shoved in like a huge box of stuff that like causes damage. So you really need to be like careful when you're going through a bunch of vintage items like that at an estate sale. So my haul is coming up in just a few moments, and I just wanted to show you a couple of the other things that they had available for sale that day. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed seeing the inside of the house. It was a really beautiful old house that really didn't look like anything special on the outside, to be honest with you. Like, you would drive by it and not even know what was on the inside. And then all that woodwork, I mean, so pretty. It's just so amazing. And there was just so much stuff. I was being super selective about what I picked up. So you'll see my haul is not terribly huge. So let's get into it. So let me show you like the least exciting thing first, and then I'll show you all the really cool jewelry that I got. So the haul is mostly jewelry. I popped upstairs and I found this beautiful book, and I got this book honestly for the color. Like, look at the color and look at the look at this cover and the artwork on there. I don't even know what the book's about. Like, I don't even really think it matters, but the color was amazing. This is like my favorite color. I'm like a huge purple fan, and I just love this color. So I had to pick up this book. I use books for staging a lot in my vintage booth, but I've started to stage with them a little bit at home. So maybe you'll see this one at my house. I'm going to use this for some of my home staging. I did get this set of really amazing lampshades. So look at these. These are paper with lace on the outside. They had a really cool bow. They're like very kitschy. And I don't know if you remember, but I purchased these beautiful milk glass lamps a couple of months ago at a store in Ballston Spa. It's like one of my videos way back. I got them for like $3, and I knew that this shade would be perfect for this lamp. So I have not sold these lamps yet. I've been like waiting for them to, I've been waiting to find a lampshade for them. And so here it is. Here is the lamp shade on this adorable milk glass lamp. So I'm going to offer these up to some lucky lover of vintage at my booth in St. Albans. And I'm curious as to if people are going to love the shades as much as I do, or if they're going to be like, not so much. I may even offer up the lamps without the shades. So like the shades is a separate price. If you have a vintage booth, what do you do with lamps? Do you sell them with the shades, or do you offer the shades separately? I don't know. I wonder what people prefer. Shades are really expensive in general, usually, I find. And so that often adds a significant cost to the price of the lamp. So yeah, I'm wondering. There are a lot of personality though in that shade. So I feel like you gotta love the shade to be able to bring that lamp home. But if you don't, maybe separating them is a good idea. I don't know. So I got these really awesome needle points. So I got this little set of this gentleman and a lady in their little period costume, and I loved the color of the needle point. I'm gonna hold them up a little bit closer so you can see. It's like a green background, and then her skirt is that beautiful purple. You know, I love my purple. I just loved the shape. I thought that they were very adorably dressed. I loved the work on the needlepoint. Look up close, you can see her face. The detail in the stitching is actually like really tiny around her face, and then the rest of her clothes is more is like a bigger stitch. So I loved that detail work. These are in a plastic frame. One of the frames is in fairly decent condition and everything's like together. But this guy didn't look so great. So the back of the frame must have had these little plastic pieces that held the piece in. They must have broken off. So like this is obviously what the previous owner did to kind of like hold it together. I don't think it detracts too much from the piece. And I just thought they were super cute, and I love the subject matter. So I think that whoever decides to bring them home, like will love them equally, even though the frame is not like a wood frame, it's a plastic frame. The look is very good. So I loved that. I was really happy with that find, that little set. So if you've been watching any of my other haul videos, you will have seen a recent haul that I did where I shared a vintage jewelry box that I found at the Clutter Barn. I think that was in my Clutter Barn haul. Maybe I'll link that video in here. And that box had a lot of gorgeous patina on it, and a really beautiful interior. It was like brightly colored and like in perfect shape. So when I saw all the jewelry at this estate sale, I wasn't really looking for a box, but I became enamored with this particular box. So look at this. This is brass on the side. The color is awesome. I love the green, and then I love this interior drawer. It's lined with this blue velvet. This mirror is really in bad shape. It's actually like flaking away. I may actually consider taking it off because the flakes I noticed earlier today are actually like in the bottom of the box, and they're flaking off. So I hope they're you know, they're not toxic or anything like that. But the mirror, I kind of like the veining in it, and the way that it's like kind of cracked and flaking off here. And I'm sure that whoever brings it home is going to love that as much as I do. But I just was like, oh, well, you know, it's not in perfect condition. But I think that adds to its charm. So inside are all of the goodies that I got. So I'm going to show them to you one by one because they're quite fantastic. So I've decided to experiment with selling a little bit of jewelry on Etsy. So this is going to be my first time selling some jewelry on Etsy. I ended up getting this piece. This is like a little piece of costume jewelry. I love the seed beads. This is a piece that you would wear like on a sweater or a blazer or something like that. You would clip it to either side, and it kind of like holds it together. It just like adds this little bling on each side. And I thought it was so cool. So I'm gonna hold it up close so you can see what it looks like. I did this recently in my last video, and I did not love the way that it looked when I was holding up close, because the only way you can really see what I'm sharing is if I have my hand here. So I hope that this is in focus and you can really see how pretty this is. Right, again, this is costume jewelry, but so cool. So see how it would just kind of hold on to either side of a sweater. Thought that was very cool. Might need a little cleaning. I got some necklaces. So there was so much to choose from. I got a couple of beautiful necklaces. So I'm going to show you each one. So here is one of them. Really pretty. Kind of like a short choker style, right? You would wear this like right up close on your throat. Kind of rookie mistake here that I made. I did not check all the clasps. So I should have done that before taking this piece home with me. The clasp is an unusual one. It definitely works, but I just realized that as I was like gonna put this around my neck, I'm like, oh, I didn't check the clasps. It's this one's a little tight. So you can see how close it fits me. It's like right up here, right on, right up as a choker really. And it's like right in the clavicle notch. So this is very pretty, but like a tight fit. This would probably be better on like my daughters, one of my daughters. So they might be more interested in a piece like that's this type, but it's a beautiful one. I love the seed pearls and all of the stones were beautiful, super pretty. I did also notice that some of these pieces are marked, so that some of them are like marked Avon. I'm not sure about this one. I'm not going to whip out my loop again, I promise. But yeah, this is a marked piece. I have no idea the marking. I will, of course, include that in my listing. But this is like a longer necklace. And here's the medallion. I'm going to show it to you up close. Gold tone metal. And I thought that the pendant was really pretty, kind of like this blue lapis colored stone and then the seed pearls. And I'll show you the piece. I love a good like over the head necklace, and I love a longer length as well. So I ended up picking this piece. Very pretty, kind of hits like right on the chest. I'm wearing my athletic top underneath, so don't mind me. Super pretty. And since I'm wearing my like progressive contact lenses, I can't read this up close, so I apologize. But I'll include that in the description, of course. If you are looking for this and you're looking on Etsy, I'll let you know. But it is a marked necklace, so that was a fun piece. Oh, I got this adorable brooch. I got this for my daughter, my sweet little Ava, little A. I have one of these that I wear on one of my jackets. It's a B. So I have a B, that's my name, and I got this one for my daughter, Ava. So cute. So, oh, I got this fun pendant. Another. Oh, it's also marked. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I can't read anything right now. Another gold tone and a very pretty rose pendant in the center. So like, this is very similar to some of like my brooches that I've shared. And I was thinking, oh, like that would actually be really fun if you wanted to be able to wear a brooch like on a chain. If you, you know, wanted to try to figure out how to like hang your brooch on a chain, it might be a nice way to wear it. This is obviously like designed to be worn. this way, and it's a necklace, not a brooch. But it just like struck me as, oh yeah, this is like a way that I could wear a brooch on, you know, I could attach a brooch to a chain if that was if I wanted to have a necklace instead of a brooch. So I love these two roses, so pretty. I got this really cool chain. Again, it is not precious gold at all, but it's like a really nice long chain. You could double it up, but I like just kind of the layer. Frequently I'll do like a couple of chains, or I'll pick another chain that will like look really nice with this. So I'll show you this a little bit more up close. So this is a long one, and you can see how pretty the sort of patterning is on the links on this chain. And again, this is costume jewelry, so it's not like 18 karat or 14 karat. It's nothing crazy, and the gold color is really nice on it. So even though it is costume, it has a really nice gold color. I got these two necklaces more because I thought they were like super interesting. They were kind of like a lariat style. So one of them actually like has the tag attached to it. I love it. It was $10.50, y'all. It was Biagi, B-I-A-G-I, which I don't know anything about, but I thought very cool. So these are two lariat style necklaces, and the way these work is one side pulls down and then sort of loosens it up. You put it over your head and then you tighten it, and then the two longer pieces kind of like drip down. So let's try one on so we can see what it looks like. Let's try this guy. So I gently pull on one side to loosen the chain, to open it up, and then slip it over the head. Just barely fits there. And then I pull down. They actually both sides move, so you obviously can pull it a little tighter. I'm gonna move this in the back so you can see without the tag. But isn't that pretty? I kind of love this. I hope you can see. There. I think it's very like, I don't know, Studio 54 or something like that. I'm kind of loving it. I also feel like it would obviously look stunning just like with an open décolleté, but I think it would be really cool with like a simple like white men's shirt. Just kind of like wearing this underneath it, like a la, who's that girl? That J. Crew gal. Or like, you know, channeling your Georgia O'Keeffe, like your inner Georgia O'Keeffe. But I thought this was really fun, and I love the way that this looks. I hadn't even tried it on before I purchased it. I just loved the look of it at the estate sale, and so I was like, oh, I'm gonna bring this home and try it out. So that was this one, and then let's try on the other one too and just see what that looks like. These are both, what are they? What do you call it? They're stamped, so they have some sort of maker's stamp on them. So this guy, similar look. It's giving me like very Western vibe, right? So here we go. What do you think? I'm kind of into it. I think these are really cool. I think that they're really fun. I also feel like you could maybe even turn it around and like wear this in the back, kind of dangling down if you had like an open back dress or something like that, if you wanted that look. So anyway, that's what I came home with after this estate sale. So I don't know, what do you think? What do you think about my jewelry haul? Is this something that you have you seen anything like this before? Would you ever do you sell jewelry on Etsy? I'm actually really curious to like know more from other folks about what they like what kind of success they have with selling jewelry on Etsy. I had a great conversation actually with my my friend's daughter, who makes jewelry and sells it on Etsy. And she told me that she is able to make a really nice profit on the items that she sells, because it doesn't cost her a huge amount to make the item. And she usually is able to charge about $20 for the piece. And then she does calculated shipping. So usually the buyer pays the $5 shipping, and the shipping is very low because you really are only shipping a tiny item, so you don't have to pay for a huge box, and it doesn't cost really that much more than $5 to ship it. So she said that it was like a really good thing for her to sell on Etsy. So I'm thinking like jewelry is probably going to be like a really great thing to sell on Etsy, and I'm excited to experiment with these pieces and see how they do in my Etsy shop. Yeah, so that's it. Let me know what you thought of my haul. Let me know if you have any questions for me, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, if you want to see more of my process on Etsy, or if you have any other questions for me, do let me know. I respond to every comment, and I would love to hear how you are doing, both on your vintage journey, and if you are an Etsy reseller like me, how you're doing on your Etsy journey. So have a great day, and thanks for joining me.